So welcome to this open house of CareerWise about our programs in AI digital marketing and cybersecurity. Thank you very much for being with us, especially to those who are here live, as well as those who will watch the recording. So I have a presentation I'm going to prepare tonight, but before I give my presentation, I would like to introduce my wife, Mrs. Hannah Ratner. She's the director of CareerWise. She's the engine, and I'm going to let her share some of her passion for professional training and helping people to find their way in managing a really satisfying career. Hannah, go ahead.
Okay, so welcome everyone, and I'm happy to open this open house. I just wanted to share with you my mission, and it's like a life mission. What I'm here in the world to do. So basically, I'm here to train people in technology, and I believe and I know that a lot of people have a lot of talents, and they need to use their talent to use what they got from Hashem to actually succeed in a world of parnasa and be excellent in getting in understanding technology, in learning technology, and using it to support their families. Why did I decide, I do career counseling for 16 years, but I decided to open courses in those two areas because, first of all, I believe in working from home option. I think it's very important for from people that they can be in good from environment. So those fields allowing people to work from home. They have international certification, which is important for Jewish people that maybe live in different countries and move around the world. So their profession will be internationally accepted. And three, that it's relatively good money for the knowledge that you're providing different companies. So flexible hours, working from home, relatively high pay, and possibility of working from home. Those are things which are very, very important for me. I think those are Jewish values, especially for people like who want to, maintain also from environment or learning and working or being from others. So that's why I kind of from all different fields chose those two fields to do. And also what makes our program special, it's the fact that we're not only providing the knowledge, which was important for me, obviously, to find the best teachers and the best professionals to teach the courses. But another thing which was very, very important for me, is to give people hands-on experience. Because today, when you're trying to get a job, the first question, that everyone will ask you, it's not enough that you studied. Do you have actually hands-on experience? So our program provides not only the knowledge, but also hands-on experience, which, I don't think we have anybody, like no other courses provide that. And this is critical for getting a job. So this is what those programs are about. I believe that, we're getting really quality people to take our courses. So doing that, it's very, because we're very careful in who we're taking and how we teach and what we do. Baruch Hashem, we have really success in placing our students and that they're developing such beautiful careers. So I'm done. I will let my husband to, he's like an academic director. So I'm more dealing with placement and internships. So my husband will explain about the programs.
Thank you, Hannah. Hannah said over the message in 2 minutes. It'll take me 20. So I'm going to go back to my presentation. Here we are. So I will just go over briefly the things that my wife already talked about. We're talking about AI and careers of the future. And we have two different courses, which are both year-long courses, professional training courses, and including an internship possibly. And that is in CyberWise and Cybersecurity, and AI MarketWise to work in digital marketing. Let's see how I can. There we go. So a little bit of how we got here, and it has to do with my wife's vision. And what we're doing is we're connecting the international marketplace to people in our community. through career counseling and then developing these outstanding and unique training programs for people. It's a combination of who you are and what the market is looking for, expectations, values, and so that's how we got to where we are. Our value proposition is our deep understanding and a respect for people, for every individual. We are individualists, and our valuable connections to industry. We are a growing family-owned business. We really care about every person that we come into contact with. A nice picture of some of our graduates. We've been training people in these fields for 8 years, and we've, put a real lot of people into the marketplace working in the US, in the UK, and of course in Israel. Two examples here. One is our student, Menashe Avram, is an American from Ramat Eshkol in Israel. And he took our marketing course, and today he has a marketing company, a digital marketing company, and he's hiring. So he's asking us to recruit good students and teach them the skills so that he can put them to work. The other picture is of an Israeli Avrech who was ranked number 23 in the world in hacking by Google. So the point here is that people who are coming without any academic background and not even a technical background, and they're getting into it after, let's say, yeshiva education, but they're diving in and embracing these technical skills, they're able to open their own company, to really flourish in a career. So the possibilities are endless. So again, my wife mentioned some of this of why are these fields such a good fit for our community. So she did not mention that there's a shortage of talent, both in the Israeli and the international industry. I'm going to share some numbers with you going forward, but there's definitely a shortage of people who know how to do these things. And the barrier to entry is just brains. You don't need to have studied at this institution or another or to have a degree necessarily. You just have to know how to do stuff and use the tools. There's relatively high pay after a relatively short education, and there are flexible work from home possibilities, which is a great fit for our community that places such a high emphasis on whether you're spending part of your day learning or with your family and Shabbos and Yontif, etc. So the flexibility and being at home are great advantages. So a little bit about the programs. This is about the opportunity, the shortage of human resources. I told you I'd give you some data. So the cybersecurity industry is experiencing a persistent shortage of human resources because it's very technical. And so it's really a sort of a narrow niche of the population that is willing to sit down and learn these very technical skills. So it's not for everybody, but if you are technically inclined and curious and you like logic puzzles and working with the computer, so then you can become a really valuable member of a team. The World Economic Forum estimates a need for 4 million more cyber professionals globally. There are currently 2.8 million unfulfilled positions. So there are jobs out there. They're not necessarily entry-level jobs, but there are jobs that if you gain experience and, for example, through our internship program, then you can get in the market and do really well. The market opportunity, again, the shortage of human resources in digital marketing is a little bit different. It has to do with, the new kid on the block is AI, and AI is huge. Also in cybersecurity, and really in everything in the workplace today, new tools are coming about, and you're expected to integrate them. But people who are maybe over the age of 40 or 50 are not so comfortable with them and not so proficient. So younger people or anybody who's willing to do the learning and to learn how to use AI tools becomes very valuable. So the Bureau of Labor Statistics says the demand for all marketing careers, including digital marketing, is growing by 10% by 2026. So again, it's a very growing market with opportunities to enter. We're in a period in history where there's something called the gig economy. A gig is like a musical thing. You do a gig. But the gig economy means that you'll probably not be working for one employer for the rest of your career. You do a gig here, you do a gig there. You may be working for a few different people at the same time, like as a freelancer. And it's just the market structure is different than it used to be. It's unlikely you'll get a job, when you're 25 and you work there till you're 65 and then you retire with 40 years under your belt. Very, very few positions are like that today. We're in a position, there's great volatility, things are changing, the technology is advancing very, very quickly. So the acquisition of skills is really valuable in the gig economy. Another idea is the AI economy. I actually saw this article today in the Jerusalem Post. That's why I decided to include it. A comprehensive analysis found that professionals with AI skills earn, on average, 28% more than those without those skills in the same field, okay, whatever field that is, including digital marketing. So again, there are people doing digital marketing, but not all of them are proficient in using AI. So when you're competing for a job or for a client and you have a portfolio of things you've created using AI and you know how to use the tools, so you're more likely to get the job. And if you have a job, there's a 28% higher pay salary than those who don't have those skills. So it's valuable. Okay, again, my wife talked about some of this, the advantages of working digitally, of working online in digital marketing or cyber, high demand and remote friendly fields. These are fields where you probably won't have to go to the office every day of the week. They're in high demand globally. A lot of companies are looking for remote first hiring. You can work for companies across the world. It's international, whether they're startups or multinationals, without relocating. There's a flexible work environment, setting your own hours. You can often work maybe with an American team in Israel or an Israeli team from America, working from home or co-working space, or even while traveling, if you want to be a digital nomad. Low barriers to entry. You don't need a formal degree. Certifications, and our programs include certifications, and we'll guide you on getting other certifications that build up your credentials to get jobs. And there are abundant online learning platforms that you'll take our course and we'll bring you other platforms that you can upskill and gain more skills throughout your career, which will continue to make you a more valuable professional. Different kinds of personalities are in these fields. It's not like, oh, you have to be a certain type or really nerdy or geeky. There's a place for nerds and geeks, but there are places for all kinds. I like to use this model of 4 different personality types. A personality type called gold, people that you meet in the bank or the accounting office. So there's a lot of positions in cyber and even in marketing for people who are going to be involved in regulations and auditing or running campaigns according to the data. There's positions for, sort of wild personality, for red teamers, people who like to hack, people who are creative and coming up with new stuff. People who are people, they love to interact with other people. So even though these are digital fields, but training and explaining technology to non-technicians can be a very valuable job. And the 4th are the blue type, who are like scientists, research and development, people who are researching and writing up their research and teaching it to others and so forth. And there's a valuable opportunity for them, particularly in cyber. So let me tell you some more specifics about our AI-powered digital marketing program called MarketWise. The course starts in September. It runs for pretty much a year. Obviously, we're off for Yom Tif and so forth, so there's 38 classes, but it takes 11 months to get through them. So AI and digital marketing are growing. 6% job growth for marketing managers of 22 to 32. And roles that integrate AI tools and data science, digital analysts, growth marketers are growing 10 to 20% faster. And 71% of marketers are using AI to generate content. But not everybody knows how to do that. And so those that do have a greater advantage. Embracing AI capabilities, individuals greatly increase their value. So what are the kind of roles of AI skills in digital marketing? It says that here only 15 to 20% of current marketers report being comfortable using generative AI in their workflows, creating stuff using AI. This gap creates strong opportunities for upskilled professionals, people in the profession who have greater skills. So for AI literate marketeers, they have 20 to 35% more on average than their peers without those skills. So names of job titles, like an AI marketing specialist, a marketing automation manager, a data-driven growth marketer, digital performance analyst, a content strategist, AI focused. And these are the kind of things that you're going to learn in the course. Specific topics in the digital marketing program, social media marketing, AI for marketing, brand management, targeting audiences, influencer marketing, digital marketing, and web development, including using AI to build websites. A little bit about the cybersecurity course. It's called CyberWise, and we have, an 8-year track record. And I want to tell you about the pathways. What are our graduates doing upon completion of the course? So I have here 6 job titles. One is a SOC analyst. A SOC is a security operations center with a lot of screens, and they're watching the logs of the events going on in a network, and then dealing with red flags or any events which come up. Number 2, a cybersecurity researcher, people researching the malware and the attack vectors, and then communicating that information within the organization or without. GRC specialist is governance, risk, and compliance. There's rules and regulations. There are standards that companies need to meet. And so there are people who are like auditors, and it's filling out forms and testing things and seeing that there are proper policies in place to keep the rules. Incident response, things happen. The cyber crime is just growing and becoming a even greater threat all the time. So there are incidents, and then you gotta, you're a first responder, you gotta deal with it. We have a lot of students who are into pen testing, which is penetration testing, testing what are the vulnerabilities of a network or a website or a web app, and learning what the hackers would do to it, and showing the company where are they vulnerable in a detailed report so they can fix the things before the hackers are able to take advantage. And the last is vCISO, a virtual CISO. A CISO is a Chief Information Security Officer who's designing the whole security posture of a company. And we've had some very bright students who were able to really jump into this position shortly after completing the course because of their maturity and their brains. And it's a position that gets nice compensation. You're talking to CEOs, you're talking to the C-suite, you're talking to the leaders, the management of companies, large and small, and showing them the way of what they need to do, not only to be compliant, but to be a step ahead of cybercrime and of attack vectors. So that's a leadership position. So there's a wide variety of different things that our graduates are doing in the field upon completion of the course. Part of the value proposition is that we're here in Israel, and Israel is a world in technology, particularly in cyber. 41% of cybersecurity firm investments around the world were invested in Israeli companies, which is unbelievable. Israel is not 41% of the world population, as an understatement. $8 billion raised by the Israeli cyber industry. A third of the world's cyber unicorns, that those companies have $1 billion valuation, more than a third of them are actually Israeli companies. So because we're in an ecosystem of Israel, the world cyber capital, so some of our teachers are from the Israeli Army, Shmona Matayim, the Unit 8200, Israel Cyber Unit, and our students are working in these great companies. And so we're part of a really powerful and thriving environment of cyber technology. This is to share the idea of the importance of getting a technical education and why it's really kedai, it's really worthwhile. I got this research, a 2023 annual report, I should get a newer one, but in 2022, the average monthly Israeli salary in high tech was 28,000 shekels, which was 2.7 times higher than the average salary in the rest of the economy, which was 10,000 shekels. So the take-home point, the moral of the story is, if you're in Israel, you want to be working in high tech, right? You want to have a nice high salary in the 20,000 something and not in the 10,000 something. So being in technology is really valuable. How does the course actually work? So the course structure and the syllabus. So there are weekly classes where it's like a Zoom meeting with the teacher and the students together in a classroom environment and teaching some of the topics, as well as some of the topics are on a platform called Teachable, where you, during your own time, on demand, you watch videos and read things and maybe do some exercises, and then you're together for an hour or two, whether it's on Sundays or whenever it will be. There are assignments given, and then you upload your assignments to a Google Classroom, and the instructor reviews them, gives you feedback, and you work on them during the course of the week. There is definitely a lot of time. You need to make a commitment to spend time outside of the class to do the research and to do the homework and to produce projects. That's the value, is the combination of in-class and out-of-class learning. There are tests, there are projects. We just saw some really wonderful projects of the students who completed the course. A woman learned how to hack into security cameras of her uncle's house, and really cool stuff. We have an internship program. Upon the conclusion of the course, we have a cyber company, a small cyber company, providing penetration testing and some GRC services to companies in Israel and in the US. And so we take our graduates to do an internship program. It's an unpaid program where they're working on actual real life projects to get the feel of it, to get the hang of it, to learn how you really do this stuff, and to put that on the resume that they work for us, so that helps them then get into the job market and get a good job to start with. And we're there to help you with placement. So I just talked about the internship program for those in Israel. It includes coming to our place as well as online meetings. We call it professional incubator. And another beautiful part of our program is our cyber and our marketing stars, of guest stars coming to your online classroom to mentor and guide you in the kind of skills you're going to need, the kind of certifications that are worthwhile, and to show you the ropes based on their own experience. We have a really nice community of people that have a lot of gratitude to us and are looking to give back. So we'll be happy to put you in touch with those people. I want to make really clear sort of the rules of the game, and I call it here our covenant. And that is, there's no magic, and we're not selling a get-rich-quick scheme, right? This is not a scheme. This is a very serious course for serious people who are smart and ambitious and want to work hard. So there's no magic involved, right? It's not like, we're going to open doors for you, but then you got to deliver the goods. You have to work really hard and learn stuff. And then you can earn an honorable living. We'll be there to show you the way. So that's really, it's not easy, but it's really rewarding. And we've had a lot of really wonderful success stories. My call to action is, think about it. Do you interested in studying cyber or AI digital marketing? Do you have what it takes? We'll be happy to meet with you one-on-one, online or in person. The enrollment is limited. We plan on starting, the CyberWise course starts August 31st. Today's the 10th. And MarketWise a week later on September 7th. There are on-demand study possibilities. Let's say you're getting married in September or something like that, or having a baby then, or whatever you're doing, and you needed to start at a different time. So you could start at a different time, learning basically in one-on-one classes with an instructor. So we've had many students who have done that very successfully. So there is flexibility in that. But being part of the group dynamic of the class does provide a lot of value, of people interacting with one another over the Slack channel, asking questions and having that energy to keep you moving forward towards the finish line. So I'll be happy to take any questions if you have any questions. We're here to help you and facilitate, show you the way, and lead you to success. It's our passion. It's what we're doing and have been doing, and we'll continue to do Bezrat Hashem for years to come. So if there are no questions, and then Jeff, yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you? Nice to see you.
Baruch Hashem, good. So for me, like, first of all, I very much want to do this program, not a question, and I think, we were talking about it before, referring to the CyberWise program.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, how